Welcome inside the D-Bar here on your Friday evening. It's the Mohawk Mountaineers in their first home contest of the 2019 campaign, taking on the Sault College Cougars, who are coming off a 7.5-hour bus drive. We'll see if those legs are a little jet-lagged, to say the least, on your Friday evening. Now, the Mountaineers, the last time they won a contest, you have to go all the way back to 2018, and that was on November the 3rd when they walked away with a 65-49 victory over Niagara College. So the stars for this evening for the Mountaineers: Sam Pockernick starts in the backcourt, the 5'8 guard out of Oakville, Loyola. Hannah Zinkwich, number 11, the 5'9 forward out of St. Thomas More, Hamilton. Beth Minnelly gets the start in the backcourt, as does Haley Davis, the 5'7 guard from Potts Camp, Mississippi, USA. And Didio Tong rounds out the starting five, number 35, the 5'7 guard out of Cambridge Glenview Park, in her first year of eligibility. And looking on the other side for those Cougars, well, Kaylee Hanoush starts at the guard, the 5'8 guard out of Cambridge, Ontario, in her second year of eligibility, as does Autumn Bahariol. She is the 5'5 guard out of Sault Ste. Marie, fourth year. Mercedes Ryan in the backcourt, 5'7 guard out of Glaze River, Ontario. Emma Filion, number 9, 6'3 forward out of Sault Ste. Marie. And rounding out the start, 5'4 Sault College is Cassie Saborin, number 12, 6-foot forward out of Timmins, Ontario. And we are underway here at the D-Bar. The Cougars get off to a fast start, and a foul on the floor immediately, courtesy of the drive from Mercedes Ryan. So first foul of the game goes to Hannah Zinkwich, 5'9 forward out of Hamilton, St. Thomas More. Now, coming into today's contest, both teams want to get 2019 off to a good start. Well, the Mountaineers, they lost their opening contest of the 2019 calendar year, to be exact, an 85-57 contest they dropped at Conestoga College. Meanwhile, the Cougars looking for their first win of the entire season, 2018-2019 campaign. We'll see whether or not those legs are feeling a little heavy from that almost 8-hour bus drive into Hamilton, Ontario. So far, so good, though. A 1-0 lead for the Cougars here early on, and they get the defensive stop. So Ryan's going to bring it up the court, matched up by Otong. Looking for the handoff. She's going to get it. Power dribble with that right hand, swings it across. Looking into the post are the Cougars. The ball is going to be tipped. It's going to be a foul on the play, and the Cougars are going to go back to the line. So 2 offensive possessions so far for Sault, and 2 trips to the charity stripe. Heading to the line, Cassie Saborin, the 6-foot forward out of Timmins in her third year of eligibility. She is the team's leading scorer coming into the contest, averaging just under 13 points per game, shooting nearly 32% from the field and 66% from the charity stripe. The high bouncing shot is into the hands of Pockernick, Mohawk's leading scorer. Talking to Gary Cormier before the game, he said the key for this game defensively, well, it's stopping Sam Pockernick. And yeah, I think the entire OCA understands that as well, coming into today's contest, averaging just under 18 points per game. 1 minute into Friday night contest. First home action of the year for the Mountaineers in the 2019 calendar. Offensive rebound by the Cougars. It's going to be off a Mountaineer. No, off a Cougar last. So that second chance opportunity is something that Kevin Duffy said they're going to have to eliminate into this contest. said coming in over the break that, well, they worked on not turning the ball over. They're talking about their defensive rotation, and by that they mean helping the man by helping the man. So if you guys don't know basketball terminology, that means, so if you're providing help, it means the second defender is looking at the primary ball handler, and then a second person on top of that, as the first basket is made in the contest for the Mountaineers by Zinkwich. And it also said that they had to secure the boards. And while those second chance opportunities for the Cougars are going to be key in this contest, Didi Otong's defense key as well, as she forces the 10-second violation. So Otong, one of the better defensive players for this Mountaineers lineup, came in averaging 5.2 points per game. That's good for 5th on the team, shooting 28% from the field. Otong, the shot, and a big call bank, but it remains open on your Friday evening, and the Mountaineers double up the Cougars. Got a man-to-man press going right now and splitting the defenders, going high off glass for the basket. Mercedes Ryan, she's got a free throw and the layup now. Game high 3 points. Ball's going to be skipped across the palm to Otong. Power dribble with that left hand, shot with the right, just misses into the hands of Ryan. Ryan's going to push the pace. 3-on-1 the other way, side steps, Euro step, and a beautiful basket. Ryan goes back to back. The Sioux jump out to a 2-point lead. Substitution coming for Gary Cormier's squad. Brianna Baker by the scorers table. Otong with the deep 2 off the right side. And blocked on the play, getting in on the action, Filion. And into the hands of Ryan. So not making it easy early on are the Cougars. They don't want the Mountaineers inside the paint. And again, an 8-second count this time. So a 10-second call, my apologies, once again on Mercedes Ryan, not being aware of the shot clock when she retained possession along the end line from that pass courtesy of the Filion block. So Tong has done it twice on the defensive end so far for the Mountaineers. And she is taking a short rest on the bench, checking into the game. Kayla Kalura, 5'5" guard out of St. John de Brébeuf Grimsby. And we're not at 6s. Gary Cormier yelling out UCLA, one of the staple offenses that you will see if you play the game of basketball to begin with. Deep shot is missed. Rebound is going to be secured by the Mountaineers. Kalura is going to push the pace, skips it over to Pockernick. Pull-up jumper off the front side, trying to hustle for the rebound with Chapinier. Emily Chapinier checks into the game for the first time. So Pockernick, the team's leading scorer at 18 points per game, and then averaging just over 7 points a game, Leanna Hughes and Kayla Kalura. So look for those two to get involved on top of the obvious scoring from Pockernick we're accustomed to seeing. Turnover Cougars. Pockernick's got it on the left side, over to Kalura. Skipped around. Deep right wing 3, in and out of the toilet bowl. Pockernick with the rebound. Trying to sidestep her man, shot missed on the play by Davies. Ryan again with the Euro step, splits the defenders, secures her own rebound into the hands of a teammate, and again, a foul underneath the basket. So Brianna Baker will head to the line. So Baker will head to the line for 2. Filion waiting for a substitution. She's going to sub Baker pending a made free throw after the second shot. First one's true to its form. Baker coming into the game has played in 7 contests this year, averaging just under 6 points, shoots 54% from the line, as she misses the second of 2. So substitutions for the Cougars going to have to wait by the scorers table. Triple teamed on the play, and coming up the hustle play, Chapinier. Possession arrow is going to favor the Mountaineers. And with almost halfway through this first quarter here at the deep arc, and the Mountaineers trail by 1. Ball's going to be skipped inbounds. Alex Parente, courtesy, checking in for the first time. The aforementioned Parente misses her shot. Ball fumbled around, double teamed right on the baseline, and the smart play off the foot immediately. Cassidy Saborin understood what was happening there. Secures possession for the Cougars, but now they only have 8 seconds to get across court. They're looking for the Hail Mary. Right into the hands of Parente. 4 on 3. You got to make that shot. Those are key opportunities for the Mountaineers. And hustle on the floor, a scrap, and that's going to be Cougars' possession. So the Cougars, a 1-point lead. So far, we really haven't seen too much pressure from the Mountaineers. Kevin Duffy's talked about using it early on, especially from them with that 8-hour bus drive, and saying that they probably don't play as deep a bench. No look, foul, and Pokranik goes to the line. So Sam Pokranik will make her first trip to the free throw line this evening, having played in the team's all 10 contests, averaging 32 minutes a game, averaging just under 18 points per game. Shoots nearly 79% from the line, 42% from the field, and 29% from the land beyond. Almost averages 2 steals a game as well, and nearly 4 rebounds. So Chapinier is going to check out. Zinkwich is going to check back in. Mackenzie Mazuka, the 4'7" guard out of Sault Ste. Marie in her 4th year, has checked into the contest, as does Alexandra Cooper, the 5'6" guard out of Dryden, Ontario in her 2nd year. And wouldn't you know it, Ryan gets a basket for the Cougars. She's been a highlight reel here early in the first quarter. She's been the focal point of the Cougars' attack. And she's going coast to coast again. They're dumping into the paint, something Cormier talked about. They need to use their size in this game. A foul on the floor. So Jamie Goy with the foul. 5'8" guard out of Ancaster. Played her ball at Mount Hope. Pokranik's got the rebound. Looking to push the pace. Looked up court for Goit. Didn't like what she saw. Set up the offense, and she's going to take a screen from Zinkwich. Ryan all over her. Kalura into the paint. Intended for Goit. We're going to say it's off a Cougar's hand. Kevin Duffy screaming for a sub. He's going to get it. Otong's going to check back in. Kalura is going to check out. Shot clock hasn't started at any point. Finally starts after about a good 4 seconds. So a break for the Mountaineers, even though a block on the play. Filion getting in on the action. So here's the issue. Right away we can see it. The early aggressiveness of the Mountaineers backfiring. As with just under 4 minutes left here in the first quarter, the Cougars are already in the bonus. So Brianna Baker waiting for a substitution. She, again, will sub off Emma Filion should she make the second of 2 free throws. The team's third leading scorer is Filion, averaging 6 points per game, shooting 28% from the field, only 40% from the line. Averages 8.5 rebounds. So both free throws made, cue the substitution. 3-point lead for the Cougars. Goy to Parente. Sling pass. And going into the lane, high off glass, and converting is Minnelly. Beth Minnelly getting in on the action. Team's 4th leading scorer, and here's the pressure of the Mountaineers. Almost caused the turnover. A little momentum for the Mountaineers right now. We're going to get a timeout called by Gary Cormier in his first year as the head coach. So a 1-point lead for Sault College with 3:17 left here in the first quarter. Kevin Duffy's squad will, after dropping that 85-57 contest at Conestoga to open up the 2019 calendar year, let's just say 2018 wasn't kind to either of these teams. Coming into today's contest, if we were to take a look at the OCA women's basketball standings, well, right now, they're trying to get on the right start for 2019, we'll call it. Sault College came into the game 0-10 on the year. And the Mountaineers, well, if you've been paying attention all year, they're 1-9. And again, that last one coming all the way back on November 3rd here at the D-Bark when they routed Niagara in a 65-49 contest. Talking to Gary Cormier before the game, he said, you know, I asked him for an assessment so far of the season. And he said, well, he's happy with where they are going, and he sees it as a continual improving process. And he says the best part is, well, there's a desire from this team to learn and to get better and to get into the gym every day. And that's where it starts. Now, we were looking at keys to before the game. He said they were working on their handling ball pressure over the course of the break. And, well, Kevin Duffy, as I mentioned, that is what he's looking to do in this contest. So I will let you be the judge right now. Who is winning that battle? We'll see how it plays out the rest of the way. And we'll see how the Cougars come out of this from their set play. Half glass shot missed into the hands of Otong. You're hearing Gary Cormier, he said that play just took way too long to develop on that shot. And converting on the other end, again, Minnelly. With Beth Minnelly back-to-back baskets, a 1-2-2 full-court press ensued by the Mountaineers. So you can hear Mr. Cormier speaking to his players about how to break that 1-2-2 full-court press successfully for the next trip, and I'm assuming the Mountaineers will use it until they figure it out. That won't help a turnover. Ryan's got it. Now you can see Ryan really struggling to dribble that ball with her offhand. Pockernick stretch outlet, Parente, the right hand quickly gets it and converts. So Kevin Duffy also mentioned they want to force the ball to the offhand of the Cougars. And a pair of turnovers, 2-on-1, Pockernick again to Otong, the beneficiary, shot missed. Ryan's got it with that right hand. Got to watch her footing on this. Ryan's got it. Picks up her dribble. Cougars a little flustered at the moment. Trying to go into the paint. Shot missed on the play by Saborin. Goit's got it. Ryan tried to strip. Pockernick establishes herself in the front court. Ryan's got it once again. You can see she struggles with that left hand when forced into that situation. A third turnover in the last one, call it minute and a half by the Cougars. Ryan tried to draw the charge. No avail. Beth Minnelly on a 6-0 run on her own has flipped the tide of this game. A 5-point lead for the Mountaineers. Deep three. And that is off glass, and that is made by Mizuka. The fourth-year guard out Sault Ste. Marie cuts the deficit to 2. 4 substitutions right now by the scorers table for the Cougars. 7 on the shot clock. Pocknick. Miss. Goit with the rebound into the hands of Ryan. Stretch outlet to Mizuka. Little touch pass inside. And that's how you converted 2-on-1 Brianna Baker. Goit's going to force the issue. I'm not sure why they did it so early in the shot clock. Into the hands of Baker. Ryan's got it. Again, a turnover on the play. Mercedes Ryan flustered, to say the least. And you can see it. All the Mountaineers need to do is force it left defensively, and well, the Cougars aren't having any of it. Not comfortable at all with that offhand. So 14 on the shot clock. Almost 18 on the game clock in this first quarter. Tipped off the hand of Kalura. So Sault College is going to get the last possession, should they not turn it over. Ball is moved around the world. A deep 3 shot missed. Mohawk's going to have one last shot of this. Beth Minnelly to score the last 6 points into the hands of Pocknick. Hoist a prayer off the far side. An eventful first quarter, to say the least, here at the D-Bark. All squared at 16 after 10 minutes. Now, Mercedes Ryan got off to a hot start, to say the least. You see a couple of Euro steps there. And again, on the coast to coast, and an easy layup. But you can see how she's playing those defenders, but she's favoring the right side of the basket every time. Even that shot there, the adjustment, not comfortable to lay it up with that left hand, to say the least. So it's something that Kevin Duffy and his squad are going to have to address. And I'm sure they have, as they have forced a couple of turnovers on the last few possessions for Ryan. But she so far is the focal point of this Cougars attack. If you look on the other side right now for the Mountaineers, well, it's a little bit of balanced scoring, and it's Beth Minnelly that really got the Mountaineers back into the flow of this game. 6 straight points to finish off that first quarter. And granted, the Mountaineers were already facing a bonus situation with under 4 minutes left here in the first quarter. And while they did a good job defensively holding it together and not allowing so many free opportunities. And for Kevin Duffy and his squad, well, if they want to look for win number 1 of 2019 and win number 2 on the season, well, they're going to have to continue to push that pace, as we'll see whether they hold true to their game plan or not. Now, if you see some of the T-shirts being worn by the coaches and bench players right now, well, it says, "My mind matters." And, well, what are those T-shirts? Well, Mental Health in Motion is putting on a display here this weekend at the college, and all proceeds from both games tonight will go towards mental health services. Now, as you know, the month of January is about mental health, and we, of course, have the Bell Let's Talk campaign that is widespread across the nation. So the Mountaineers getting involved in the mental health game here this weekend, as Mental Health and Motion is putting on a My Mind Matters. So second quarter about to be underway here at the D-Bark. The officials for the contest couldn't get to it earlier. Jeff Lack, Kevin Mayvu, and Vince Bull taking you through Friday night's action. Otong's got it on the right wing. Looks for a streaking Pockernick, a staple on their offense, off the hands of a Cougar. So what you're going to see often is Pockernick, if this is your first game of watching the Mountaineers this season, Pockernick's going to have the ball usually on the right wing or at the top. Just send it over to the right wing, and then she's going to cut directly through the lane looking for that entry pass for the quick layup. Now, normally if they don't go to her initially, they're going to look for that high post pass, or they're going to swing the ball around, and Pockernick's going to reset herself. And at 18 points per game, you can see why she's the first, second, sometimes third look of this offense. She's averaging over 18, close to 18 points. That's almost 10 more than this team's second and third leading scorers. The Cougars don't make the adjustment in between the quarters. A turnover, a rebound minutely with the awkward looking shot. Otong tipping it around into the hands of Ryan. Good, Ryan picks up that dribble as soon as she's forced to the left. Deep two made. The first basket of the second quarter goes to the Cougars. And to Kaylee Hanush, the second-year guard out of Cambridge, 5'8" guard. Again, Otong trying to hustle, Ryan fighting her way. Mohawks fighting for that opportunity. They're going to get it courtesy of the possession arrow. The first substitution in the second quarter. Paris Post is out, who was just seeing her first minutes of action. Saborin back in. Blocked on the play by Saborin. 7 on the shot clock. Kalura on the left side. Short. Nice little box out of the play by Hanush. The Cougars, 2-point lead here early on in the second quarter. Dangerous pass, dangerous pass, and a turnover again. But the Mountaineers return the favor, much to the dismay of Kevin Duffy. Ryan's got that Euro step nailed down. If she can learn how to finish with that left hand, she is going to be lethal. Again, a great understanding of how to split defenders on the break. Again, favoring that right hand when she goes up for the shot. And a slight adjustment in the body, not being able to switch hands and still being forced off the same side you're going away from. As Pockernick's going to convert. Imagine you're playing football and you're throwing across your body. You're running to the left, but you want to throw it completely across to the left side of the field. More difficult than not, I would say. Kalura's got it. Calling for the ball. Shot missed on the play by Davis. Mountaineers have a second opportunity. Calling for the screen. So take it, she's going to drive, right hand. Completely misses everything into the hands eventually of Ryan. Ryan and Pockernick. And Pockernick's going to win that battle. Davis. Slick little crossover. Sporting the white headband. Substitution coming. Baker waiting by the scores table for the Cougars. As is Mazuka. 2 seconds, shot up. Tipped around, second chance. Chapinier is going to head to the line. It's a good job by Emily Chapinier hanging around the rim on that offensive rebound. She's rewarded with her first trip to the charity stripe tonight. Chapinier averaging 3.3 points per game, shooting 56% from the free throw line, 32% from the field. Averages just under 3 rebounds a game as well. And the jump free throw, something you don't see a lot of these days, works. Well, however you want to see it go in the basket, it works. And a substitution as Zinkwich will check back into the game. So will the pressure on the Mountaineers hold up here again? Ryan trying to dictate offense, trying to move around the Cougars. They break it barely. Mazuka ends up with it. Right wing three. Parente hustling. And it's going to be off Alex Parente last. So the Mountaineers up by 2 as Jeff Lack hands it off to Mazuka. So you haven't really seen too much of a set rhythm in the half-court offense of the Cougars to this point. That is a long 2. Kaylee Hanush with the basket. 5'8" guard out of Cambridge. Parente pull-up jumper, a little too strong. Secures her own rebound, though. Picked up the dribble, gave it to Davis. Sinkwich is going to fumble the ball, is going to lose control. And the Cougars catch a break. So Parente matched up right now with Ryan. So they're going to call offensive foul on Mercedes Ryan. Jeff Lack with the call there. Now it's that swing of the elbow once she picked up her dribble in that situation. You can see it right when they do that full court press. Parente is baiting her to the left corner. And well, Ryan is obliging at this point. Empty possession by the Mountaineers. Pockernick talking it over with their teammate Zinkwich, laughing about it, saying, yeah, I think I forced that one a little early. Parente with the strip. She can look, she has Pockernick, Ryan trying to force it. So they call it right back. Not as strong, but Alex Parente with the offensive foul. And Ryan for a couple words for her after the push off. So again, once you pick up your dribble, folks, you can't create space with your elbows by digging really into another player. And another basket made. Hanush again, back-to-back shots. And a 4-point swing, and the Cougars have the lead. Baker with the rebound. Brings that ball down. He's got to be careful. That's what happens. Brianna Baker bringing down the ball after a rebound. A no-no if you are any player that plays in the post, and if you're a coach, you might want to be slamming your clipboard after you see that one. Keep it high, keep defenders away, put it low, while you give the defense an opportunity to strip the ball. Ryan with that left hand switches over to the right, uncontested, and that's in. Minelli brings it across the half-court line. Hand off to Parente. Over to the left wing. Ryan almost came up with it again. Kalura's going to force her way into the lane. Baker tried to strip it, and a tough basket. Kayla Kalura. Again, they're going to bait her on the left side. She's looking to the right. Minelli forces her into the lane. Now 10 on the shot clock. So they don't get the steal, but they do waste a lot of time. Doesn't matter, though. Saborin with the basket. And that's one way to break a press. 3 substitutions coming in for the Cougars. Coit checking back into the game for the Mountaineers. Hanush is going to check out. Baker is going to check out as well. Ryan stays out there. Again, not a lot of second chance opportunities right now for the Mountaineers. Switching to zone. A little defensive miscommunication, but it still works out for the Mountaineers. Goit calls her own number. Ryan ends up with it. Gotta be careful of the trap. Sidesteps 3 Mountaineers, skips it over across the pond. Deep 3 left wing. Shot missed into the hands of Goit. Parente calling for it. She's gonna end up with it. To the hands of Goit. Back to Kalura. Just under 4 minutes left here in the first half. 4-point lead for Sault College. All tipped around. Ryan's going to strip it. 2-on-1 the other way. Nice little bounce pass inside. Off glass, and that's in. Beharial with the basket. The 5'5" guard out Sault. Her 4th year of eligibility. Mountaineers facing their largest deficit of your Friday evening. So 4 substitutions coming on for the Mountaineers. Gary Cormier is going to get his timeout granted, and we're going to have a break in the action. Sault College, a 6-point lead with just over 3 minutes left here in the first half. Folks making their way out to the D-Bark this Friday evening. School is back in full swing of things, and Kevin Duffy is back to school in terms of teaching these Mountaineers. Now, as I mentioned previously, both teams, 2018 wasn't kind to either side. The campaign coming in, both teams a combined 1-19. Mohawk 1-9, and again, their last win, November the 3rd, a 65-49 victory over Niagara College. And while the Cougars are still looking for their first win of the entire season, but they do have a 6-point lead with just over 3 minutes left here in the first half. Now, if you want to look at this glass half empty or half full, depending which way you want to look at it, the Mountaineers win. Well, they clear the Sioux completely in the standings. They still remain 2 games back of Redeemer, but they inch closer back up the table. They lose this game, they sit dead last in the OCAA West Division standings. Yes, both teams will be at 1-10, but the Cougars would have the tiebreaker courtesy of a potential victory here on your Friday evening at the D-Bar. Minute lead. Nice little move in the scoop layup with the left hand. The pressure on the Mountaineers. We saw it a couple times here early in the second quarter. They forced a turnover. Pokranik's got it. Set up straight away. Hand off to Otong. Over to Minley. Minley again into lane, shot partially blocked. Would be the follow through on the play, so Jeff Lack with the call. So getting called on that foul. Saborin, Cassidy Saborin, the 6-foot forward in her 3rd year of eligibility. Beth Minley's going to head to the line. Team's 4th leading scorer. Played all 10 contests this year, averaging 6.5 a game. Shoots 78% from the line and 28% from the field. Also averages nearly 8 rebounds a game. So good trip to the line from the Mountaineers. Convert on both. Again, the pressure. Ryan beats it against Otong. Nice little Euro step. Can't convert though. If you're Kevin Duffy and company, you would think by now defensively they would create some sort of like hesitation or fake as Ryan is driving to the lane to bait her into that Euro step. That half second beforehand, if they can just do a jab with their lead foot or something with their shoulders and get Ryan to think that they're committing one way, then go with her. I mean, it's going to give an opportunity for a strip or a block, considering how low she puts that ball on the floor when she does that sweep motion. Pockernick is going to try and give the Mountaineers the lead heading into the half. Tong's got it. Pull-up jumper shot missed. Andreas and rebound and put back in. So we're tied at 28. Double coming. Ball moved around beautifully into the hands of Ryan. Pull-up jumper. Tong's got it. Pockernick. So Tong. Minley takes a screen from Zinkwich. Dribble with the left hand over to Andreas. 5 on the shot clock. Zinkwich forces into lane. Partially blocked on play by Saborin. Minley try to follow up. So the Mountaineers are going to get a second chance opportunity. So a timeout by the Mountaineers with 1:41 left in the first half. So Kevin Duffy and his squad looking for the first win of 2019. And while he said the break was good to them, they worked on a couple of things. As I mentioned before, they don't want to turn over the ball so often. Well, they did a pretty good job of that. And coming into the second quarter of action, well, the team's leading scorer for the Cougars was Mercedes Ryans with 7 points and 6 rebounds. And for the Mountaineers, well, it's not Sam Pockernick that was leading, but it was Beth Minley who shot 60% from the field to the tune of 6 points and 3 rebounds. The Mountaineers, though, shooting a porous 26% from the field in that first quarter, 36% for the visitors. Not much of a difference in terms of most other areas. One thing they've done beautifully, though, is, as I mentioned, the turnover game. The Mountaineers only committed 1 turnover in that first quarter compared to 8 by the visitors. Yet we stay knotted at 28. 2 on the shot clock, so it's going to have to be a quick shot here. Let's see what Kevin Duffy drew up out of the timeout. Short by Zinkwich. Again, that double. Possession arrow is going to favor the Cougars. So again, the Cougars, anytime they get that ball, they either cannot pick up the dribble and start dribbling. Wow, defensive breakdown, beautiful convert. Full court pass, and the easiest layup you will ever see if you're Cassidy Saborin. It's that classic fake low, come back to the ball, and then just go long. Ryan's got to be careful, almost got caught on the sideline. Now, one thing you may have not noticed from that full court inbound pass, a little technicality, is that the inbounder left their feet when she made that pass. Now, she thought a second about that pass and came back to the floor and did not get that ball off. It would have been a turnover on the end line. So a little nugget of information for you on your Friday evening. 2-point lead for the Cougars. Under a minute left here in the first half. Ryan's got it, bumped by Otong. Deep left wing 3. Pockernick's got it. Over to Minley. Pockernick. Otong. Deep 3 is made. Nothing but net. Emily Andreas, first basket of the contest. Not expecting that shot. 3-ball, not her forte. But Brandon Baker, the paint, well, that's where she makes her living. Last shot. And too strong. And that is the end of an eventful first half here at the D-Bark. The Sioux, the Cougars, 7.5-hour drive into Hamilton. Well, they are looking all right here with a 1-point lead heading into the half. Courtesy of Ryan and some fast break opportunities. That seems to be where Gary Cormier and their team are making a living in this contest. And for a team that has not won a game all year, well, it looks like that continual progress we talked about before the game with Mr. Cormier, well, it's starting to pay off. You're seeing a confident team that is coming into this contest. They have not had any fear instilled by them by the Mountaineers. And while they have a 1-point lead heading into the break, we'll be coming back with action in 15 minutes here from the D-Bark. D-Bark on your Friday evening in a battle of two teams looking to get off 2019 to the right foot. The Mountaineers came into today's contest having dropped their opening contest of the 2019 calendar year, 85-57 on the road at Conestoga. And both teams, well, the Cougars are looking for that elusive first win of the year. And, well, they're up by 1 right now. So far, so good through 20 minutes of action. Leading scorers at the half, leading the team with 9, Mercedes Ryan, 4 of 10 from the field, already 11 rebounds, so 1 point away from that old-fashioned double-double. And team's second leading scorer is Kaylee Hanoush, who had 6 points, an efficient 3 of 4 from the field. On the other side, well, it's not Sam Pockernick leading the scoring. It's Beth Minnelly, 4 of 9 from the field in that first half. 0 of 3 from the land beyond, though. Had a team-high 10 points, 5 rebounds. And then aforementioned Pockernick, well, she was only 2 of 9 from the field. Did have those 6 points and 4 rebounds, as well as a pair of assists. So we're seeing some of the old problems for the first half flare up for the Cougars here early on. We'll see if they put out that burn or whether the Mountaineers are going to be able to deliver the knockout punch. Now, for everyone that doesn't know where Sault College is, well, it's in Sault Ste. Marie. And to be exact, it's a 739-kilometer drive into Hamilton specifically. That's 7.5 hours on the bus, folks. That is a long, long time to sit in a cramped space. But so far, well, they're not feeling any effects. They are down by 2, though. Minnelly to Pockernick. Pockernick was looking towards where she was going with the ball. Didn't keep her eyes on the ball. Team's leading scorer, just 2 of 9 in the first half. Yet her team only trails by 1. Good thing that the Mohawk Mountaineers are a little more balanced. And Zinkwich with the key steal. Stretch outlet, Ryan read that like a DB coming up this Sunday. Picks off the pass, now matched up with Otong. To the corner. Hanoush picked up her dribble, ends up in the hands of a wide open Saborin. Saborin with the make, right by the free throw line. She hasn't had an efficient game so far. 2 of 5 from the field, 5 points, 2 rebounds in the first half. Mountaineers, after committing 0 turnovers in that first half, and in the first quarter, and 8 for the visitors. Well, they committed 5 in that second quarter alone, compared to just 3 for the Cougars. So the right kind of adjustments made on one end of the court and the wrong adjustments made for Kevin Duffy and his squad. Sinkwich is going to check out. Goit's going to check in. Do the Cougars get that elusive first win of the year. The aerial is going to head to the line. The 5'7" guard out of Goulet River, Ontario. Came into the game the team's 4th leading scorer, averaging just a fraction, a 1/10 of a point to be exact, under 6 points per game, shooting 60% from the line, 29% from the field. Saborin, the only one in double figures, 10.7 rebounds a game, 12.9 points per game. Leads the team in both categories. And trying to lead the charge here with clinging to a 1-point lead. Good rip there. That's how you secure a rebound in 4 on 2 as Otong hustles back. Sidestep and the basket. Saborin with 4 here in the 3rd quarter. Dribble handoff. Kevin Duffy said they can't settle for this passing offense on the outside, but that is a deep 3 for the Mountaineers' lead scorer. We're knotted back at 37. Duffy was saying they can't settle for those dribble handoffs in their offense. They had to look to attack the basket instead of just moving the ball around. Ryan tried to do the same thing. Saborin. Pokranik's going to end up with it. Minley crosses to the left. I have Glass with the left, a little too strong. Rebound Davis to Goit, to Pokranik. Matched up with Ride. Here's the matchup we're looking for. Fakes the screen, baited her. Otong forces up, it's going to be short. Ryan's got it. We got to force her to that left hand. Wide open. Baharial extends the lead to 3. Good defense by the Cougars. A little bit of life coming into the 3rd quarter here. Davis hustling on that. Ate a bit of the floor on that one. She's okay, no worse for wear. You can see she's got that right knee wrapped up right now. Not a full brace, just a full wrap. Good defense by Kalura on the inbound. The largest lead of the game at 1.6 for the Cougars. It sits at 3. Just under 6 minutes left here in the 3rd. Sinkwich, yeah, good call. Good call by Jeff Black on that play. Sinkwich a little too excited on that one. So a 5-second count on that inbounds pass. Saw that a couple times in the first half. Mountaineers going to get it, but with a reduced shot clock in that situation. So they don't get the full 24, it goes to 14. Claire's going to have to force it up. To the hands of Parente. You got to push on the floor. So shot clock resets. Mountaineers are going to have a second opportunity. The Mountaineers in that first half, to note, 14 offensive rebounds in the 31, compared to just 7 for the visitors. The second chances are coming for the Mountaineers. They just got to convert. 2-on-2 the other way. Pokranik's going to pull up. Across the pond. Parente. Deep 2. There you go. 1-point lead. This game has been a back and forth affair here on your Friday evening. And that is enough for Gary Cormier. A timeout on the floor and a 4-point swing gives the Mountaineers a 1-point lead. So just before that timeout, the Cougars bench stationed right near me, Gary Cormier was saying, we are getting badly out-rebounded. Now, if you look at the total numbers, it's only a 2-rebound difference coming into this third quarter. But, as I just mentioned, 14 offensive rebounds from the Mountaineers in the first half. And he said, guys, we can't win if they're going to out-rebound us like that in our own end. So he's making those adjustments. And, well, Kevin Duffy and his squad, Sam Pockernick hasn't had the greatest of scoring evenings, but he is finding it in the form of other players, something they really struggled to establish earlier on in the year. As I mentioned, Beth Minnelly was the team's league scorer at the half. She had 10 points in the contest. And to be exact, well, we had, let's see, we got 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Mohawk Mountaineers got on the scorecard, the box score technically, in that first half. Scoring by committee and a team effort. They're going to force her right. I mean left. They do break the press. That's an over at a back. Again, not establishing herself completely in the backcourt is Alexandra Cooper. Had both feet in the front court and slid into the backcourt as she got that. She straddles the line with her feet there. When she catches it, she is okay. Mountaineers got it. Can't convert on the second chance, and it looks like an injury. Kalura hobbling a little after a missed shot. You can see the heavy right knee brace. So two substitutions coming for the Cougars. Zuka checks out. Cooper checks out. Parente. Over to Minnelly. Minnelly has it wide open, and she gets it. Cougars defense collapsed, left Beth Minnelly wide open. She says, well, thank you very much. Power dribble into the lane. Bahariel is going to go to the line. We actually call on the end line before the shot. Autumn Hay Bahariel, the 5'5" guard of Sault Ste. Marie, 4th year. Trying to bully her way into the paint. Substitution coming. Brianna Baker's going to check back into the game. Checking out Emma Filion, the 6'3" forward out of the Sioux. For the Cougars' entire lineup, well, they have 4 players directly based out of the Sioux. A deep 2 by Minnelly. 4-0 run by Beth Minnelly, and the lead, the largest of the game for the Mountaineers at 6. Baker is going to try and force her way through. My apologies. Saborin, she's going to get the foul called after losing that ball for a second. Minnelly with the foul. So Cassidy Saborin, 6-foot forward out of Timmins in her 3rd year. The team's leading scorer, averaging just under 13 points per game and just under 11 rebounds a game. Shoots 66% from the line and 32% from the field. It's been in all of their team's 10 games. One thing she is prone to, though, is turnovers, averaging nearly 5 turnovers a game. Makes both. Lead cut back to 3. Little confusion on the defense. Parente makes them pay. Hanush had no idea where her man was, and well, Alex Parente makes her pay. 2 of the 3 last baskets from the Mountaineers. Well, it's just poor miscommunication and lack of awareness from a Cougar squad that is looking for their first win of the year. Well, the 2018-19 campaign to be exact. Little frustration boiling over as well. The Mountaineers trailed by 1 coming into the third, a 6-point swing at this point. It's a tipped pass they'll be able to reestablish, but they only got 10 on the shot clock. Goit's gonna have to hurry it up. Dribbling with her head down over to Parente, gets her man in the air, and she got it. Parente gets Hanush in the air, and well, that's back-to-back baskets for Alex Parente. Full court outlet pass, football toss, makes it the full length of the court, and a convert. Strong pass, Baker, Saborin. Right on the money with that pass. Goit had no idea where she was on the headline. You see she's calling for a substitution. She got hit somewhere. Again, just don't let them behind you. That's the only thing they have to do in this full court press. And look, Otong's going to let Ryan slip in behind her. And Ryan can't convert. But again, simple, fundamental basketball for the Mountaineers they must use. Tipped pass, Otong can't convert. Ryan almost stripped that on the floor. Pockerick's going to get called for the foul, hustling for that ball. So a timeout on the floor. Kevin Duffy calling for one. His team, a 5-point lead. Largest lead for either team at this point, 6. That's what the Cougars had in the first half and what the Mountaineers have seen slip down to just a 5-point lead at this point. Now during the timeout, it's going to be interesting to see what these coaches draw up. What we've seen so far from the break for Cormier and his team, well, it's simple. If the Mountaineers are asleep defensively for 1 second, they're going to create a lot of motion on their inbound pass, and they're going to try to slip in someone behind the defense on that play. And what they're doing is that they're stacking a bunch of players on the line, and they're creating this confusion. So what the Mountaineers need to do defensively, and what they've done incorrectly to this point, is that their defensive players are trying to follow this motion and play too close to that stacked line. Simply put, all they have to do is communicate any switches, back off a couple feet. If they want to press, they can still press off that initial inbounds pass. If they get too tight, well, then you've seen the last couple instances that Baker's been able to hit the home run ball. So let's see what happens here. Pockerick's the only one following right now. So it's a soft press. Looked like a travel on that play. Luckily did get called. Pockerick picks her dribble up to Kalura. Deep 3. Got it! Kayla Kalura falling back, hits the 3. The largest lead of the game. 8 points for the Mountaineers. So Bourne's going to force it in. Kalura stands tall. Pushes her off. Misses. Third chance. No foul. Fourth time. And interesting. Kalura was slapping away at that ball. Didn't seem to have a hand on it fully at any point, but they retained possession. So the Cougars retained possession. No shot clock reset because there was still technically in their possession. Mountaineers have the last shot theoretically in the third quarter. Will they use it? Pockernick's going to pull it out. Smart move. Looks up at the clock. Looking for Mineley. Over to Otong. It's going to be tipped. So one last play. And money's on Mineley. Over to Pockernick. He's going to drive into lane. Floater off the right hand. Well short. Just a little flustered after that one. But Kevin Duffy and his squad have to like the turnaround. A 9-point swing here in the third quarter. And the Mountaineers sport an 8-point lead heading into the fourth. That ball movement from the Mountaineers, well, it's starting to pay dividends. Couple defensive collapses as we've seen in the highlights here from the Cougars, and well, the Mountaineers are making them pay, and Kevin Duffy and his squad looking to get win numero 2 on the season. Now, the win won't really move them in the standings at this point. They trail two teams that are tied at 4 and 9. And if we want to take a look at the overall standings to give you guys a heads up on what's going on around the OCAA, well, Fanshawe and Humber sit tied atop the West at 11-1. Sheridan sits in third at 10-3. And then you look at the flip side, well, Algonquin sports the best record in the East at 9-1. George Brown at 9-2. But Kevin Duffy and his squad, it's one win at a time. And as you can see here, both teams not the best records. 2018, 2019, well, at least the end of 2018 didn't treat either team too well. But from what we've seen in this contest, we can see flashes of where the potential has been for both teams. You're seeing with the Mountaineers, you're seeing the emergence of multiple players in scoring. It's not so much a heavy reliance on Sam Pockernick for them to win games right now. And you see for the Cougars, well, for a team that hasn't won a game all year, well, they're not showing any emotional signs of it. And especially after an 8-hour drive, never mind flight, a drive. I mean, most people would be grumpy coming off that and having to play a basketball game immediately the same day. I'm not sure whether they stayed overnight in the Hammer or not. But after a first quarter, which they led, and then we were tied after the second quarter. They led one leading into the break. They trail by 8 heading into the fourth. Can they leapfrog Mohawk in the standings and get that elusive first win of the year? And make sure you don't go anywhere here on your Friday evening, as the men's squads will take to the court at 8 o'clock. We'll see what kind of highlight show we get in that contest, as I mean, some of the dunks and plays we've seen this year from the male side have been unbelievable. They're trying to climb back into the playoff picture as well. Too strong Zinkwich megged her teammate in Mineley on the play. So again, the full court press. How tight do they play in this situation? Keep it in front of you. Don't let anything behind. That's okay. Mineley was stride for stride with Saborin on that play. That's not too bad a move. Anoush, pull up 3. Got it! Deep 3, Kaylee Anoush. 5'8" guard out of Cambridge. Lead down to 5. Keep that ball on the left side. Little bump on the play. Pockernick's going to try and respond. Ooh! Sam Pockernick with a deep 3. Well, anything you could do, I could do better. Mineley's got it. Tong on the left wing. Pockernick not looking for the ball in that situation. in this motion offense, just trying to set up on the back door. Strip on the play, coast to coast. There you go. 5 points right away here in this fourth quarter for Autumn Beharial. It was Beharial, not Hanush, on that deep three. Baker checking back into the contest. Gary Cormier yelling UCLA once they set up in that half-court offense. Good, no charge? Something's got to be called in that situation. A block or a charge, either way. But that's why I'm on the mic and not out on the floor with a whistle. Otong. Davis. Around the world. Again, intercepted. Red on the book on that outlet pass. Basket missed. Shot again. Partially blocked. Third time's the charm. It's going to miss again. Fourth and one. Well, it took a couple of tries, but Brandon Baker gets a chance at a three-point play. You can see that this offense, this motion offense, is too choreographed right now by Kevin Duffy. And while his squad, those passes are being intercepted because they're not looking to go to the net, because they're just moving it around the top, being, you know, kind of, let's just say they're okay with moving the ball just around the world. They've settled on that idea, that identity for offense at this point. What are they going to do? Push off by Pokranik against Ryan. Zinkwich looking for Kalura. 2 on the shot clock. Parentes going to force it up. They hit the rim, and a turnover for the Mountaineers. Timeout on the floor called by Kevin Duffy. They need it. A 4-point lead. They got to do something with that offense right now. Kevin Duffy and his squad, well, his players specifically, just a little too content in this offense right now. Not looking to attack the basket. The cuts are kind of half-efforted right now. The screens are not going to be set well. They're not going into the screen to divert the defender. And while the offense is becoming very, very stagnant, to say the least, at this point. If you're Gary Cormier, hey, you're looking for your first win of the year? You'll take that. They're facing an 8-point deficit coming into this fourth. They've trimmed it by 5, and now they only trail by 2. And for a team looking for their first win, they've stayed in this contest the entire time. They haven't shown any fear at any point. Yes, they've turned over the ball a bunch, but they seem to be okay. See what comes out of the timeout for both sides. Cougars, can they make that 7.5-hour trip worth it? Mercedes Ryan still has yet to hit that double-double. Still sits at 9 points and 11 rebounds. Saborin adds to her total. She's got now 15 in the contest, 6 rebounds. Beharial's got 6. Hanush's got 6. For the Mountaineers, well, it's the Beth Minnelly show. 7 of 13 from the field, 6 of 9 from inside the arc. 17 points, 7 rebounds. Pokranik's been held to 3 of 13 shooting, 9 points, 9 rebounds. And a trio of assists. And then Parentes got 8, and Kalura's got 7. Mountaineers shooting 45% in the second half compared to 23% in the first half. The air side, well, the totals have dropped for the Cougars. Shot 38% in that first half, 22% in the third and into this fourth quarter. Pull-up, jumper inside. Parente rebound.
Okay, we're good. Let's go.
After committing 8 turnovers in that first quarter, the Cougars only 8 the rest of the way. Pockernick hits double figures. She's got 11. 4 of 14 from the field. Deep left wing 3, well short. Not in her wheelhouse at all for Sarah McLeod. Parente straight away. Strong rebound for the Cougars. Ryan's got to pick up that dribble. Nice little touch pass. Baker sitting by the scores table. She's going to check back into this game. McLeod's got it. Filion inside the paint. On the floor, it's going to be a kick on the Mountaineers. And with 5 seconds, well, 4.6 to be exact, on the shot clock, the Cougars will get the ball underneath the net. Minley's going to check back in. Chapinier out. Kalura checks out as well. Davis in. They reset it to 14 on the kick. Baker's going to try to bully her way in. Steamrolls over Zinkwich on the play. Zinkwich looking for a call. Referees might be thinking she let up a little too easily defensively, trying to draw the charge on that one. Let's see if Baker goes back in. Nope, a 3 instead. Right into the hands of Pockernick. Minley. Sam Pockernick looking for the screen's good, defer it from Zinkwich. Double dribble off the crossover. You can do that in N1 mixtapes. You can't do that here in OCA women's basketball. The Cougars, what are they going to do? A 2-point deficit they face. There's a double for the Mountaineers. Well timed. And a strip. Oh, we're going to call it last second. Gary Cormier asking for a foul. Cassidy Saborin thought she was going to get one. The double works, but the possession arrow still favors that of the Cougars. Kevin Mayhew and Vince Bull discussing matters. Whether the shot clock's going to be reset in that situation. Shouldn't be, because there was no clear possession retained by the Mountaineers in that situation.
Should be white possession off the possession arrow.
So there is, say, the possession arrow should have favored that of the Mountaineers. So the double does work out. Parente's going to get the ball. Minley. Under 5 minutes left here in the fourth. Mountaineers looking for win number 2. The Cougars for that elusive first. Ooh, hard screen. That's the right call there. Jeff Lack with the call. Zinkwich with the extension of the elbows on the pick there. Was set in the right spot. As Ryan went into her, well, she extended those arms just a little. Any kind of extension of the elbows is going to draw a foul from the referees. Baker picks up the dribble to Ryan. Ryan doubled. Oh, that's a prayer. And not the shot you want. Ryan, a superb first quarter, 7 points and 7 rebounds. Since then, well, she's got 13 rebounds, but only another 2 points. She does have 7 assists, though. So, theoretically, gets in our basket, a couple assists. We can see our first triple-double here the 2019. We have not even seen that in the 2018 portion of the season. A little Russell Westbrook, to say the least. So substitution is going to come from both sides. Looks like Cormier will wait on bringing his sub in. Zinkwinch out, Kalura in. Kalura, Pokranik matching sisters with the right knee braces. Again, the pressure by the Mountaineers forces a turnover. Parente, can she convert? Yes, she can. Soft defense again by the Cougars, not forcing the issue. And well, the Mountaineers have made them pay. Good hustle. Parente. Sabonis getting into it. Saborin with a strong hustle play there. Cormier calling for a timeout. He's going to get it. So 3:46 left here in the fourth. A 4-point lead Kevin Duffy and his squad are clinging to. And then the male squad coming up for both sides at 8 p.m. Kevin Duffy and his team trailed by 1 at the half, led by 8 going into the third. And while they've done a good job so far steadying the storm of the Cougars, who came out with no fear and really have not shown any fear at any point in this game. But for the Mountaineers, outside of the lackadaisical defense, we'll say the least, from these Cougars, they have to force the issue. Because when they are getting contested, well, that is where the stops are being made right now for the Cougars. For Gary Cormier and his crew, well, they've settled down on the issue of turning the ball over after committing 8 in that first half. In that first quarter, to be specifically. They also want to use the paint a lot more. And we've seen flashes of that, but too often we've seen them settle for jumpers. So Mercedes Ryan's going to inbound the ball. So we get the ball back off that inbound. So Saborin. Saborin triple team. And good awareness by Sam Pokranik. Brings that ball down, tries to sweep it, and in a no-win situation where she positions herself there. Davis to Kalura to Parente. Again, hand down, shot missed on the play. Davis secures it. Pokranik, second chance, in and out. Third time. Kalura's got it. She's going to call her own number off the front rim. Again, bringing the ball down. They got to be careful of that. Ryan's dribbling with that left hand. Euro step. She's going to get the foul called. Something we haven't seen a lot of since the first quarter. As Mercedes Ryan going to the charity stripe. She'll head to the line. She'll try and cut this deficit back to a single possession. Only 1 of 2 from the field, from the free throw line. Misses that one. Can still make it a single possession game. Ryan off to hot start, now 50% from the line. Hasn't had what she's wanted to as the Mountaineers have forced that left hand on her. And coming up big has been Saborin for this team the rest of the way. Team's leading scorer coming into the fourth with 13 points and 6 rebounds. But Ryan can get it going here late stages. It changes the outlook and potentially the outcome of this game for Cormier and the squad. Baker's got it. Dumps it in. Saborin forces her way in. That's a strong take. That leads to 1. Inside out, one big to another. Baker to Saborin. That is what you probably want to see more of early on in this contest. Noise picking up from the Cougars bench. Davis trying to force it in. Ryan with the strip. Ryan, 2-on-1 the other way. Touch pass, shot missed. Unfortunate break for the Cougars. That's going to be a foul. Almost like a football tackle on that one. Autumn Hay Burial. Wow. A jump ball being called. Basically suplexed her on that play. Thought it was an NFL tackle. Nope. It's just a jump ball. Getting aggressive here in the late stages on your Friday evening contest. Sinkwich. Shot missed. Minley rebound. Champigny with the hustle. And Ryan's got it. A 1-point lead for the Mountaineers. Had an 8-point lead heading into the fourth. Pull up. Got it! Hanush on the left wing. And the Sioux retain the lead. Mohawk, what are they going to do in the late stages? An 8-point lead. Now they trail by 1. Who's going to be the hero? Good box out on the play by the Cougars, but off the hand of Saborin. 14 on the shot clock. Haven't seen too many late finishes here at the D-Bark on the women's side. We got an exciting one here, though. There's a double in the corner. Let's see what happens here. It's going to be white possession. That is going to go all the way back down to the other side of the court, folks. Never mind, I stand corrected in the backcourt. Again, why I am on the mic and why they are the ones with the whistles. And you see a closer look. The men's basketball team in the background there is sporting the Circus mustard and white pants. I'll have to get more explanations about that. And wow, a timely charge. Baker too strong into Kalura. I gotta get the inside story on these warm-up pants and the Mountaineers. I'll have that information for you for the men's contest, I promise you. What I can also promise you is an exciting end to this contest here on your Friday evening. 1-point lead for the Cougars. Now it's their turn to pressure. And pressure on Ryan. The Guests only have 2 team fouls right now as well. 3 to be exact. So they can play with 1 more house money in terms of a steal or a reach here. Let's skip into Zinkwich. Might as well bring it across half court. Pockernick was not paying attention. Luckily, Baker slapped that out of bounds. Buckle in, folks. This will be an exciting last 47.5 seconds. Zinkwich almost fumbled it. The Minley. Pull up. Got it! The lead back to the Mountaineers. Kevin Duffy telling his team to sag defensively. A timeout. And Cormier is going to get it. So because we are under the 2-minute mark, that ball will be advanced completely from the backcourt all the way to the front court with 40.6 seconds left here in the fourth. The Mountaineers looking for win number 2. Seeing an 8-point lead dissipate, only to get the lead back, and they lead by 1. What do they have in store here? Now, theoretically, the Mountaineers still have the last shot of this game should it come down to that. And on the other side, well, Mr. Cormier, your team has done everything you've asked of it to this point. The only thing left is to get that W. Can they do it? We have 40 seconds to find out. Ryan stepped it up in the last couple of minutes after a hot first quarter. It's been Cassidy Saborin carrying the load the rest of the way. I'd really like to see, if you are the Sioux, drop that into the paint. Get that high-low with Baker and Saborin. Mohawk doesn't have the size, and we've seen it so far be put to use limitedly on a sparing basis for the Sioux. Thought the ball got advanced, but again, I am way out of wax with my officiating tonight, apparently. Hard screen on the play. Looking for the football pass. Good defense by Kevin Duffy and his squad. Good patience. Almost get the trap. They do get the tip. The double, the strip. Ball on the floor. It's going to be a kick. Good call. Off the foot of Baharial. So they set up that 1-2-2 full court press. They baited them into the corner. They didn't get the double, but they got that fumble and a turnover. So now let's see what happens on this full court press. Does Pockernick get the ball? They foul. So that is the last one they had to spare. Next one is the bonus. Let's see if they can convert this inbound just as successfully as the last. They get the ball, they gotta move though. Good job by Sigquich. Five seconds, 6 second difference, shot clock, game clock. Oh, Pockernick left wide open back door. 3-point lead. Game clock's going to be reset to 15.1 from 12.6. So Cormier is out of timeouts. We have to inbound that ball. Why would she touch that? We'll get into that in a second. Last possession. They miss, expect a foul. We got to look for that three. Does she have it? Too strong. Minley the rebound, and that's going to signal the end. They call the foul. A foul is called before the end of this game. So they're going to have to put time back on the clock. A meaningless set of free throws coming up for the Mountaineers, who are going to get their second win of the 2018-19 campaign. And their first of 2019. Now, prior, the Cougars inbounded the ball and it was touched immediately by Saborin. No pressure in the backcourt. In that situation, normally you let that ball roll as long as you can. Don't touch it, pick it up, conserve as much time as you can. So should a situation come up like that, you get a better look. Two possession game. Put it in the books. Mountaineers win, Mountaineers win, Mountaineers win. Kevin Duffy and his squad get their second win of the year. They move to 2-9 on the year. And while the Sioux, they remain perfect on the wrong side of things. They now sit at 0-11. A hard-fought battle right down to the end. So the Mountaineers able to pull it out here in the late stages of the fourth quarter. Sam Pockernick with a couple of key baskets for this team, and well, they started moving the ball more efficiently towards the very end of this game. And you know what? It took a little bit of luck. but also a hustle defensively, and they got it done. And the Mountaineers get their second win, their first of 2019, and the male squad look to get their first win of 2019. They sit at 4-6 on the year. They'll be taking on the male Cougars shortly.